For more than 100 years, cosmology has been standing on a house of cards. An elaborate construction, propped up by layers of assumptions, each one resting on the next, until the whole thing takes on the appearance of inevitability. We've been told that the universe is expanding, that galaxies are racing away from us at unimaginable speeds, that the very fabric of space itself is stretching, carrying everything outward in some grand explosion that never really ended. But when you step back and look at it carefully, when you peel away the language and the mathematical tricks, you find something shocking. The foundation isn't solid. It's built on convenient fictions. It's built on assumptions masquerading as facts. Take redshift, the single most important observational pillar of modern cosmology. We're told that the redshift of distant galaxies is caused by expansion, that the light itself, the photon, is stretched like a rubber band as space expands beneath it. But that's not what's really happening. Light doesn't stretch. Photons don't get tired. The wavelength doesn't change because of some mysterious cosmic stretching. What actually happens is far simpler and far more profound. The path that light takes from its source to our eyes is always longer than the imaginary straight line of Euclidean geometry. That flat line, that perfect straight shot through a featureless void, is nothing more than an idealized primitive, a mathematical fiction. In reality, space is never flat. Space is always curved, always shaped, always distorted by the embedded singularities that seed every star, every planet, every galaxy. And so the photon doesn't travel the straight path we imagine. It follows the only path that reality allows, the geodesic bent and elongated by overlapping gravity wells. When we detect its wavelength as longer than expected, what we are actually reading is the record of its voyage. The light isn't stretched, the path is. This redefines everything. Redshift is no longer proof of an expanding universe. No, sir. It's simply evidence of geometry. The longer the path, the greater the redshift, plain and simple. And suddenly, the need for all those exotic fixes begins to evaporate. There is no need for dark energy, no need for dark matter scaffolding to hold the universe together, no need for an inflationary fantasy to explain uniformity, and, well, no need for a Big Bang at all. This is the essence of the singularity embedded curvature structure, SEX. It doesn't treat singularities as rare collapsed corpses of dead stars. Nope. It treats them as the fundamental seeds of structure, persistent sources of curvature that sculpt space into what we see. They don't just end the lives of stars. They are there from the beginning, embedded at every scale, shaping geodesics, dictating time, and giving rise to the web of matter we observe. The standard model of cosmology, LCDM, is a patchwork of unobserved entities forced into existence to save the assumptions it was built on. It is, well, a religion of invisible constructs, dark matter, dark energy, inflation, cosmic expansion, each invoked when the math fails, each defended not with evidence, but with more math built on the same flawed premises. But SEX cuts through that house of cards. It doesn't need invisible scaffolding or infinite extrapolations backward in time. It doesn't rely on space and time being welded into some elastic fabric. It accepts the simple reality: space is the manifestation of curvature. Time is a local phenomenon tied to gravity wells, and light, the cleanest messenger we have, doesn't lie. It just follows the path that geometry lays down before it. That's why, everything really seems to fall into place when you look at the universe through sex. Redshift becomes geodesic elongation. Time dilation, well, that just turns into curvature-dependent time flow. Lensing, yeah, that's simply the natural consequence of a universe filled with singularities. Structure formation, the cosmic web, even the cosmic microwave background, all of it just emerges from the simple fact that singularities persist and that their overlapping curvature actually defines reality. What was once explained with expansion, dark matter, dark energy, and inflation is now explained with something far more direct, the geometry itself. And honestly, once you see it, you really can't unsee it. The universe doesn't need to expand. It doesn't need invisible matter. It doesn't need magic energy fields. It just needs singularities, curvature, and light tracing the paths they shape. That's the truth, and well, everything else has been the story of a house of cards. Follow Adventure Seeker's Paradise for more incredible journeys into science, discovery, and the hidden truths of our universe.